What is up, Fin fans? Got some more free agent signings happening. One big one that I kind of hoped happened and did happen. None of it involves the offensive line. And I have some updates on Emmanuel Ogbah's contract. Let me get to that first. I'll get to Emmanuel Ogbah's contract, and then we'll talk about what the title says. So Emmanuel Ogbah, essentially 4 years, 65.4 million, 32 million guaranteed. He is to get a $13 million signing bonus, 4 million fully guaranteed this year. So essentially, he's getting only $4 million this year. That's nothing because he's getting 13 million in a signing bonus, which does not affect the cap space of the Miami Dolphins. So again, he's only going to go 4 million against the cap this year. Then 15 million fully guaranteed next year, and four of his 14.9 in 2024. So next year is when his contract's fully guaranteed. He's going to be a Miami Dolphin fully guaranteed next year. And then the year after is when the Dolphins have potential to move on from him if these past next 2 years don't pan out, which again, love the contract. Very awesome, especially with the $13 million signing bonus. Very smart on Chris Grier to only have a $4 million cap hit this year with Emmanuel Ogbah. The other thing, the Dolphins have signed wide receiver Cedric Wilson to a 3-year deal. He had 45 catches, 602 yards, 6 touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys last year. Came in for Golladay when he got hurt. I'm all right with this move. 3 years, it's being around $7 million a year. So, it's not too bad. It's, essentially the right amount of money that he's going to get. Again, I will go into full detail on more of all this stuff when everything settles down and we get legit actual money. But the big one that happened is the Miami Dolphins have signed, and I'm just looking to make sure I got more updates for you guys. The Miami Dolphins have signed Teddy Bridgewater as the backup quarterback. Backup? He's going to be competing. They better have a legit competition between him and Tua Tagovailoa. But you guys know when I was breaking down the who I'd like to bring in. At first I had Marcus Mariota, but I was like, he's a little too inconsistent and his injuries worry me. And I really like the fact of bringing in Teddy Bridgewater and having him come in. A lot of people were saying, oh, Teddy Bridgewater's not going to want to go to Miami because he wants to be a starter, or it makes no sense for him to come here, blah, 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 yada, yada, da, da, da. Well, he's coming here. He's going to be a Miami Dolphin. He signed a 1-year contract. So I love the move. I actually think it's a great, viable competition for Tua. I think it's a fantastic backup. God forbid Tua does get injured if he wins the competition. Love, love, love the move there. Other than that, as of right now, I know a lot of guys are waiting patiently, impatiently, for some offensive line news, some offensive line moves. We all are. So many of the centers I wanted are gone. They re-signed with their team, with the tight end center, re-signing with the Titans, and with Rams center, re-signing with the Rams, and then Jensen staying with the Bucks. So that's out. I think I just saw some other moves happening with some signings that kind of Chargers are expected to sign corner J.C. Jackson to a big money deal from what I'm seeing here. So J.C. Jackson to Miami, not going to be a thing. Can also confirm via sources that quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm getting you guys the news as it's coming out. So essentially the Chargers are trying to build up a fantastic defense to pit with Justin Herbert, because it seems like a lot of the games they lost last year was because of the defense, not necessarily Justin Herbert. But I'm really sources tell me, this is what Omar Kelly said, sources tell me the Dolphins are bidders for J.C. Jackson. I've heard this for weeks. Oh, no, that's an old tweet. So, yeah, Chargers are giving former corner J.C. Jackson 5 years, $82.5 million. That involves $40 million guaranteed. Giving him a big old chunk of change. But, yeah, who cares about that? Talk about the Dolphins. Emmanuel Ogbah contract, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Love the way it was worded. Love them giving him a $13 million signing bonus. Eats up a lot of his contract, and it doesn't affect the cap. Essentially, this year he's only going to cost about $4 million on the cap. Next year it's a full $15 million. Then the year after it's only $4 million guaranteed. Absolutely love that contract. that they gave Emmanuel Ogbah. Very smart. Chris Greer was very smart with giving him that contract extension. The wide receiver we brought in, I'm going to do more research on him. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I don't want to give you guys any of my feelings, but as of right now, it's like, okay, whatever. The Cedric Wilson Jr. 3-year contract, it's not much. Like I said, it's about $7 million per year. It's not much. And when I get the full details of the contract, I will give it to you. The big one, though, Teddy Bridgewater coming in, going to be the backup / compete. Hopefully push Tua to be the better Tua that we've seen, have that fire in his butt, because Teddy Bridgewater's no slouch. He's not going to sit back and be like, oh, I'm the backup. All right. Teddy Bridgewater is a pretty decent quarterback that can really push you if you start to, fall off and not show that you can do what you need to do. Teddy Bridgewater might come in and take your spot. So I'm very happy with the Teddy Bridgewater signing. You guys know I wanted that. Chark is still out there, Junior. Some of the offensive linemen are still out there. From what I'm hearing, the tackle position, there's a ton of people putting bids in, a ton of people keeping their eyes on it. If you notice, Armstead hasn't signed anywhere. A lot of these, Trent Brown hasn't signed anywhere. A lot of these top tackles haven't moved. A lot of people are putting bids in. A lot of people are negotiating. So that's where the Dolphins are kind of stuck. So while this is happening, they're just doing everything else. Oh, let's bring in, Edmonds. Edmonds, hey, you want to come in for this much? All right, cool. Like, easy moves. Okay, yes. Okay, done. While they're focusing on trying to bring in some offensive line help. Because if they stick with the same offensive line as last year, I don't think it's going to be as bad, because hopefully the coaching staff can show that maybe it was the coaching staff last year. But I'm not going to be happy. Not going to be happy. You want to get the best out of Tua. You want to make him as good as he possibly can be. Not happy if you don't at least bring in a couple vets. Some of you guys are even saying Dieter. I'm like, what are we going to do here? And I'm seeing a ton of you guys are hitting me up on Twitter saying, well, we got Dieter. You keep forgetting about Dieter. Dieter didn't do too well. And again, I'll talk about this when I break down the free agency and do a full recap. He didn't do well. He got injured. Then we had other centers with bad snapping, all that stuff. And there was a ton of pressure into his face. I saw a lot of the centers and the guards getting pushed back into him and him not being able to step up into his throws. I like a center and a tackle to be addressed, but we'll see. At this point, we'll see. I'm just sitting back and reacting. But the Teddy Bridgewater, happy about. Emmanuel Ogbah's contract, I'm over the moon about. I think his contract is fantastic. And the wide receiver we brought in, I'm indifferent. Cedric Wilson Jr. I'm indifferent. I'll let you guys know them. I do more research, but Dallas now set to lose Amari and Cedric. Yeah, they get to work with Mike McDaniel in that offense. Yeah, so I'll let you know. But other than that, guys, when more news breaks, when more signings break, you'll get a video from me. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.